Underground Strength Nation in the house, what's going on? Zach Evanish here, coming to you with a question from a Marine. And first of all and foremost, thank you for what you do, putting yourselves out there on the front line, men and women around the world and in this country. So this question's near and dear to my heart, and I want to really kick some ass with it. And the question has to do with this Marine is, I think, about a month away from finishing his time in the military, and he wants to start moving into something like this, getting himself a garage or warehouse gym. And his action steps right now are setting up the business, doing all the tax stuff, getting his business incorporated. And he said, I'm coming up with a business plan, and I'd like to know, his question to me is, Zach, how did you create your business plan? What was your business plan? You know, how are you going to market? How are you going to get athletes? And all these questions that everybody loves to get info from. First of all, if you're a strength coach or aspiring strength coach, make sure you go to undergroundbizjournal.com and check the links below in this YouTube video, because I've got some special links for you guys, hooking you up with our business courses. And you will see that we're, this is the second location of the Underground, and today, more than ever, it is much tougher to get athletes in the doors because coaches, athletic coaches tend to not like sending their kids outside of their own weight room, even if that team is unsuccessful, even if they're not an expert. There's a lot of things going on where they don't want to send their kids outside. A lot of it has to do with ego. So I'm going to tell you this, if you want to train athletes the way I do, very important that you have something else going on during the day when your gym is empty. So make sure you're training adults. As far as my business plan went, I never had a specific business plan saying, this is where my location is. This is, I didn't have it all written out. But here's where I did have a plan. In my heart and in my mind, I knew who I wanted to work with, what I wanted to do, and what I wanted to accomplish. And if any of you know my story about getting my butt whooped as a wrestling athlete through high school, coming into countless injuries through high school, through college, and even after college when I was getting involved in jiu-jitsu and training in MMA, just constant injuries. And in my heart, I knew that I wanted to save the world of wrestling from going through all of my negative experiences, my injuries, and the downtimes, because not just the physical pain, the emotional pain is something that sticks with people. It's definitely stuck with me. So without a business plan, I knew in my heart I wanted to train wrestlers. I wanted to help wrestlers avoid my negative experiences, my painful experiences. As far as marketing went, I literally called every wrestling club in New Jersey. And at the time, there was just shy of 30 clubs, and I remember 2 of those wrestling clubs were open-minded enough and willing to have me come in and show them what I did. So I didn't do, like crazy marketing. I got out there and I showed people, and my goal was, I said, hey, let me show you this training that I do. You will love it. And I always told them, I said, if you don't love it, in 10 minutes, kick me out. And they gave me the opportunity, and I'm very thankful. Gene Lezark of CJA Wrestling Club and Wali Muhammad of Peak Wrestling Club. And even today, a lot of wrestling coaches, in the clubs, they're afraid to bring other people in. You've got to be open-minded. And that's one thing I'm going to emphasize to you. If people don't want to work with you, then move on. Don't try banging down the doors of people that are closed-minded or have big egos, or maybe there's just too much yellow and red tape due to where they work. So if somebody doesn't want to work with you or perhaps can't work with you, move on. So ask yourself the question, if you had, a mission, what would be your mission? What people do you really want to change their lives? Not just, get people in shape, help them fit into their jeans again. Dude, what is your mission? Who do you want to change their lives in such a way that you just put such a positive impact on their life that they are happy, they are smiling, they can remember for the rest of their life the training they experienced with you and all the success they experienced with you? That's something that you need to think about. Here, running this second location, doing not just one or two things to find athletes to train here. I'm literally doing 100 things. And out of the 100, it's the one or two things that tend to work. And those are the people that I stick with and support. Basically, this is called pounding the pavement and getting your hands dirty. A lot of people have forgotten or actually don't know how to get out there, because now we're in this world where you're able to just click a button, send an email, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I do all of those things. But when my business started, there was no Facebook, there was no Twitter, there was no YouTube. I got out there and hit the pavement and showed people in the real world and connected with them and proved to them that what we do is extremely powerful. I did a lot of writing. I was writing for newsletters. I had my own newsletter. I did a lot of things right, but I did a lot more things wrong. And sometimes one thing will work in one place, it won't work in another. Or it'll work one time, it won't work the next time. So I'm constantly testing and changing things up, and I tend to just stick to the people that we have more of a reciprocal relationship. So if you want to start your own warehouse gym, number one, I always advise going small. Don't start somewhere big. I started from my parents' house, then I started from my 2-car garage in the first house that my wife and I bought. In fact, we weren't even married, we were just engaged. And Joe DeFranco started in a 400 square foot storage closet, and it was inside of a health and racquetball fitness center. So you don't need the perfect anything. In fact, I highly emphasize you not to start in a perfect spot. Get something small. Buy your equipment off of Craigslist. Buy used stuff. What you need to focus on is providing people with an amazing experience and powerful, powerful results. And as a coach, if you're moving from military into coaching, you will pursue excellence. You must pursue excellence if you want to get to the top of your game here. You need to get better at your training. So you need to connect with the coaches that are influential to you, learn from them, invest in training courses, and just nonstop feeding of the brain. So did I ever have a business plan? Never written down on paper. My business plan came from the heart and the fist and the soul. And that's what it's about. Now, I'm sure like here you could see me getting riled up and fired up, because when I'm getting in the mix of helping the people that I want to help, I get so fired up. That's where I want to be, and I'll do anything to help wrestlers and athletes in general. So you got to know who you want to work with. You got to connect with people in person, and don't stop. Just because somebody says no doesn't mean everybody's going to say no. It starts with this buildup of momentum, and momentum is key. You start helping that one person, then you start helping two. 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 6, 8, 15, and so on. This is not an easy gig anymore. Back when I started, there were no other gyms around. Now there are gyms, strength and conditioning facilities around every corner. And what they try to do is kind of beat everybody out by being cheaper or having the same equipment. Hey, we have kettlebells, we have tires, we have ropes. So what? So does everybody and their mom. You need to find a way to differentiate yourself. And one of the biggest ways that I found is you give everything from your heart. You give them everything you got. You go above and beyond the norms. Start small. You could write out a business plan, but if you don't know it from your heart and your soul, then there is no business plan. The plan has to start from within. And you've got to do it because you just freaking love it. So who do you want to help? Whose lives do you want to change, and why? What is your mission? From there, let's look to find a small spot. And in fact, I'm going to highly recommend, with the weather now, don't even get a facility. Start training outdoors. Elliot Holson and I did that. We were training outside. We didn't have a gym. And if you live in an area with warm weather, that is the perfect scenario for you. Okay? Make sure you guys check out the links below. You got all of our Underground Strength Coach business courses. I'm hooking them up with major discounts. Why? Because I know that it's tough to get these strength and conditioning facilities going. And my goal always, be it with wrestlers or with strength coaches, that's how all the Underground Strength Coach certification began, is because I didn't want coaches to experience the tough times I went through. My stories from back in the day of putting signs on trees and running around neighborhoods trying to get people to come train with me. There's no need to go through the downtimes and basically the painful experiences, because this business could be very challenging and it could strain people in your family and those that you love. How do I know? Because I've been there and I've done that. And that's what pushes me, to help guys like you. So if you want to be a strength coach, do it from the heart, kick some ass. And those of you guys that are first time here, undergroundbizjournal.com. Undergroundstrength.org is our Underground Strength Coach certification, as well as our smaller seminar series that we have. You can click those links and see more about that, and check the links below with our courses. Peace out, kick some ass. I'd say good luck, but you don't need it. You need heart, you need passion, you need some business know-how, and you can't quit. That's going to be the ticket. All right, guys, peace.